Alrighty, so today I'm going to be drawing with my brand new $3 multicolor pen for the first time, and I'm going to be letting y'all know what I think of it as well. In specific today, I'm going to be drawing with my brand new Bic 4-color original ballpoint pen, which I bought for $3 at Walmart yesterday. But why did I decide to buy this pen right here? Well, first off, it was because it was only $3. It was not particularly expensive. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want a new pen. It's only $3. I might as well grab this one right here. But that's really just a motivation that kind of convinced me to buy this pen. The real reason why I bought this pen right here is simply because it's been years and years and years since the last time I used a multicolor pen. A pen that gives you multiple colors. And since it's been so long, I've almost forgotten how it is to actually use a multicolor pen, in all honesty. And so as such, I wanted to pick one up, revisit multicolor pens, and see what my thoughts are on them with this initial experience at least. And I certainly am looking forward to finding out how this pen actually is for the first time in today's video, and I certainly am looking forward to drawing just a little bit more so than not in my SOHO Urban Artist Sketchbook with it as well. But I do suppose before I go ahead and actually get the pen out of the packaging, I should first off go ahead and actually cover the packaging itself. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get the pen all out, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what the pen actually looks like, what it feels like, what the quality is like, how it feels in your hand, and everything like that. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and actually get to drawing and writing with this pen right here. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know whether I like the pen or not, and let you guys know whether I'd buy one of these pens again. And then after that, I'm going to go and end the video right there. As said, though, first off, we got to go over the packaging. And we can see the background on the very top of the packaging right here is a very nice sort of orange background. Then it goes to a little bit of white, sort of going up and over, just like that kind of thing. Then it's a little bit gray right here, blue, green, black, red, blue, some other color down here, and then there's all the different colors that you can see. And all these different colors right here, they're all meant to represent the different colors that you get in the pen. In this pen right here, you get blue, green, black, and red. And we can see that emphasized right here. It says long-lasting ink with black, green, red, and blue right there. Just says original right there, says Bic right there, because this is a Bic pen after all. Then it says 4-color trademark. It's just letting us know that this is 4-color. I guess the trademark is just on the logo design, not really on 4-color, because that would be kind of a hard phrase to trademark, although people did try to trademark the word react or reaction in the past, so yeah, I do suppose they could trademark that if they really wanted to. It says ball pen right there, and then assorted ink, and then it just says that there's one in this pack right there as well. And then, of course, we can see the pen itself right here, and we can see some little just doodles right there and whatnot kind of thing. And that's pretty much all there's to the packaging. It's very basic, sort of not too interesting packaging in all honesty. It just kind of looks a little bit cheaper than not. This is a little bit of a cheaper pen than not, and so I think it's pretty good packaging in that way. It doesn't really call out to you in any way, shape, or form, but it makes it very clear what this pen is very quickly, and so it's very easy to tell what this pen is. And as a whole, I think the packaging does its job, but it's by no means a beautiful piece of art by any means. Let's go and take a look at the back, though. We can see the back is very basic. It just says Bic, all on the white background, and everything on the back is in black as well. Just says 4-color ball pen, world-renowned 4-color pen, 4-color inks in one pen, writes black, blue, red, and green. Fun and colorful expression. Convenient way to organize and organize copy? Convenient way to organize copy? What? I think that's a typo right there. Convenient way to organize copy. To organize copies? To organize and copy? I'm confused. And we can see there's a return policy right there, and then it just says everything to do with Bic right here. We can see this pen was made in France, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. Without further ado, let's go and get the pen actually all out. I'm going to go ahead and grab my knife out of my pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and get it all opened up. I've got my Kershaw. I think this is the Scallion with me today. Got that with me today, and let's go and just get this all opened up. This is actually very tough, if I do say so myself. This is a very tough backing. Wow, it's a lot harder. I guess the easiest thing to do would actually be to peel this up and off now, wouldn't it? So let's just do that real quick. That was probably the easier thing to do instead of trying to poke through the entire back Now that's still really thick cardboard. Wow, they were not trying to make this easy to get out of the pack, but I do suppose it makes sense. Shoplifting is on the rise these days. After all, they don't want people taking it out of the pack in the middle of the store and whatnot. Let's go and get that all out, and let's go ahead and put the packaging to the side, and let's go ahead and fold my knife up once again, if I can, although I go ahead and just do that one more time. It's too fun not to do, you know what I'm saying? It's too fun not to do. Let's go and put that back in my pocket, though. And let's go ahead and actually just take a look at this pen as a whole. Feeling this pen, it's very light. It's more back heavy than not as well. Initially, we can see there's a little bit of a clamp right here, a little bit of a thing right here. I guess you could put this on like a little bit of string, hold it around your neck or something like that kind of thing. Not exactly sure. We can see to get the ink out, you just go like that, and then you just kind of press down on one of the other ones to get that one back in. It can only do one ink at a time, but it can do all 4 inks, of course. All 4 inks do work, but only one at a time, as said, sadly. We can see the bottom of the pen itself is a very nice sort of blue color. Then there's a black line right there, and then it goes to white for the very top where we see blue, green, black, and red right there. There's a little bit of a shirt clip right here, which is all plastic. It's not very malleable by any means. I wouldn't be surprised if it was easy to break once you actually get to use this pen, but at least at first it's not super easy to break. It is very thick. Just says Bic right there, all embossed onto the pen itself, as we can see. And then on the other side, embossed in the pen, once again, just says made in France right there. And overall, this is a very basic pen. There's really no grip, in all honesty. This is all plastic. There's no different sort of texture for the grip or anything like that kind of thing. This is all sort of glossy plastic. This is glossy plastic as well. It's kind of okay to hold. It's not great by any means. It's a pen. It's a $3 pen. It's nothing amazing to hold, in all honesty. The grip is very mid. This plastic, it would be very easy to hold too tight and to start having your hands sweat or something like that onto the pen. And I definitely think it's definitely going to capture fingerprints a little bit better than not as well, which isn't like a super big deal by any means. I do suppose it's better than having a sort of sticky grip that likes to attract hair and stuff over time. Those grips are just not it, frankly put. Just usability wise, using these, it goes down very easily, but then kind of bringing it back, it's kind of a little bit can hurt your the back of your finger just a little bit kind of thing, but it's not too bad by any means. I guess it was really only because I was using my thumb. When I'm using my actual fingers, not my thumb, it does feel a little bit better than not. And as a whole, there's definitely a little bit of kind of, you just got to shove it all the way down kind of thing, and then bring it back is quite a satisfying thing to do, to say the least. Holding the pen, it's not very high quality. We can hear it shaking. We can hear it shaking. Holding it, there's no really grip or anything like that kind of thing. The sort of glossy plastic doesn't really slide super well in hand. It doesn't slide badly per se, but it doesn't slide super well in hand either. It's just very cheap plastic kind of thing. So it feels like cheap plastic because it is cheap plastic. Holding it in the hand, though, I definitely have to say with the ink retracted, it's quite back heavy, much more back heavy than not, I definitely have to say, which makes me think that it's more geared towards writing rather than drawing. Really no big surprise. Let's go ahead and just get the black one out real quick and just see how it feels with the ink actually out, though. And with the ink out, it's definitely not as back heavy, but it is still a little bit more back heavy than not. But it's much more evenly weighted now with the, almost completely evenly weighted actually. It's kind of still falling down just a little bit, but okay, I'm going to give up on that. But it's definitely a little bit more evenly weighted in hand with one of the ink things out and whatnot, with one of the cartridges out. But it's definitely still more back heavy than not, which definitely makes me think that this is geared towards writing rather than drawing. Not a super big deal. This, I think, will still draw perfectly fine. But as a whole, you shake it, you hear noises, it doesn't feel super great in hand, and the ergonomics are very mid in my personal opinion. It's really not great, frankly put. Like, it doesn't really feel bad like this, but it's just kind of one of those things where your hands don't really know where to go, and the glossy plastic doesn't really feel great in the cusp of your hand right here or anything like that kind of thing. It's a cheap $3 pen. What's really to complain about? There's really not too much to complain about. It's $3 after all, so who really cares? But don't go into buying this pen thinking it's going to be amazing by any means. Let me just put it that way. Don't go in thinking that. This is a cheap pen through and through. But I do suppose what really matters is how well it draws. I've already covered the ergonomics, kind of shaky noise, how it feels in hand and whatnot, and just the look and quality of it as a whole. So I do suppose now it's time for me to go ahead and actually get to drawing. So as said, I've got my SOHO Urban Artist Sketchbook with me today, right here. Let's go ahead and get it opened up to the nearest open page, and let's go ahead and get to drawing real quick. And I think today I'm going to draw a little bit of a fish to start off with. And I've got an idea on how to draw the fish. And what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to do one line. I want to do one line in black going all the way around, and then I want to do another line in all of the other colors to give it a multicolored look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to let y'all know how it actually draws and whatnot as well. So actually, first off, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to practice writing with this just a little bit, just to kind of get all of the ink warmed up and whatnot. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do first before I actually get to drawing. So let's go ahead and just draw right there. Yeah, definitely need a little bit of warm-up time. The black cartridge, it's very smooth, not a lot of texture going on kind of thing. Very nice bold ink, surprisingly bold in all honesty. Let's do something a little bit like that kind of thing. Yeah, surprisingly bold ink, definitely much bolder ink than not. Let's go and try the green one now. The green is very much a sort of medium green, and definitely needed some warm-up time as well. So before you guys actually get to drawing with this pen, I do recommend warming it up on a different piece of paper. Let's go and try the blue one now. The blue is that of an almost purple, in my personal opinion. And the red is very much a red. Not really too much to say about it, in all honesty. So, the black is a very nice, rich black in my personal opinion. It actually looks surprisingly good. I was not expecting it to be quite that rich, but it's actually a very nice, rich black, if I do say so myself, but not rich enough to kind of be too rich when compared to the other colors. I definitely have to say it's about the perfect amount of richness for what I might want from a multicolored pen. The green is very much that of a sort of medium forest green. It's not a super interesting green color, but it doesn't look bad. The blue is that of an almost purple, sort of dark blue, and then the red is just sort of a basic sort of red pen color. Really not too much going on. Just writing with this pen real quick. It feels okay, frankly put. How does this pen feel? It feels okay. It's okay to write with. I have so many other pens I'd much rather write with. But this pen, I didn't buy it to write with. I bought it to draw with. And I bought this pen because it's got multiple colors. Because I want to do multicolored drawings really easily. And so that's what this pen is really meant for. Drawing and writing in multiple colors, not just one color. And in my personal opinion, if I had to guess, this pen's probably meant for like teachers and stuff like that kind of thing, who are really just like circling different wrong things. They're like, all right, little Bobby got a 90 right here. Circle that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Oh, I need to do that one in red because he really got it wrong. Damn, Bobby's stupid kind of thing. Circle that. And just make an arrow right there. Stupid. Damn, kid. Damn. Bobby, what the hell were you doing? You getting a 0 out of 100, Bobby? Like, dang kind of thing. Dang. That's really what this pen is for kind of thing. I'm thinking it's really meant for teachers, frankly put, who are like circling and doing stuff like that kind of thing. It's probably not meant for actually writing to any extreme lengths with, nor is it really meant for drawing with any extreme lengths with, but I'm going to be drawing with it nonetheless. But as a whole, in your hand, it doesn't really feel all that great when you're kind of like doodling or when you're really drawing kind of thing. It's kind of flips over too easily. This is not great, frankly, but it just kind of runs into your hand. And then this it's just not super comfortable. It's just not super comfortable, frankly. But if you're holding it loosely, kind of just circling stuff, that's one thing. It's not a super big deal. But if you're really trying to focus on drawing, it's not great. But it's a $3 pen, so who really cares? Well, now that the pen has been all warmed up, though, I do suppose now I should probably go ahead and actually get to drawing. So let's go ahead and flip to this page right here, and let's go ahead and actually get drawing. And I think I'm going to start off with the black ink. Nope, that's blue. That's not black. What am I doing? So I'm going to start off with the black ink, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit of a fish. So just like that. Go up and around, and there's the tail, and it goes down and back up and around, just like that. There is one eye, there is two eye. And definitely on the actual paper itself when you're really drawing. I mean, like the ink for the black definitely comes through. Oh, I messed that up. Definitely comes through a little bit more distinctly than not, but not like insanely distinctly by any means. And definitely as well, this pen does not like to be held at an angle. That just messed up because I was trying to hold it at an angle. Definitely does not like to be held at an angle. You really do have to hold it almost straight up. But definitely not the most distinct on actual paper. Is a little bit more distinct on this than this, but it's not as distinct as something like, let's say, a Pilot G2, but it's definitely more distinct than something like, let's say, a Bic round stick, for sure. But let's go ahead and next up, go for red now, I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and just do another color on this, just with red. Get a nice multicolored look going, I definitely have to say. Just like that. Just make this look a little bit more interesting than not. And I'm just going to do that with all four colors that are offered by the pen. And let's go ahead and do green now. And it's kind of making a vibrating noise when it's kind of moving around as well. That's not great in all honesty. You can definitely tell, yeah, this is a cheaper pen than that, but it's $3, so who cares? I mean, like, it does the job. It doesn't do the job badly, but it doesn't really do the job amazingly either. There's definitely, I'm sure, better pens you could buy in this same sort of segment that are much better multicolor pens and whatnot. And now I'm doing blue. Go and start off with that. Go around. As a whole, I really like how this fish looks. I'm very happy. I don't know if the colors are really coming through super well on camera, in all honesty, but I really do like how this fish looks. All the different colors, all the four different colors, they're all combining to make sort of like a 3D, not 3D, like a 3D glasses type effect, I guess, is really the right way of putting it. Like those like blue and red glasses. That's kind of how this is coming across. And I actually really like how this looks as a whole. I'm a big fan of this drawing, and I really like not this pen per se, but I really like what the pen does when you're drawing with all the different colors. Let me just put it that way. I'm not really the biggest fan of the pen, as I'm sure is obvious, but it's a $3 pen, and I will most certainly be using it. Most certainly will be using it again, but I don't know, it's just okay. It's just an okay pen kind of thing. It's very mid as a whole, besides the fact that it can do multiple colors. I'm sure there's better multicolor pens out there, and honestly, if I want another one, I might get a nicer multicolor pen in the future, frankly put. Let's go and do a little bit of a different drawing. Let's go and do a little bit of a leg man real quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Do a nose, do some eyes, just like that kind of thing. Do a mouth going all the way across. Do a little bit of a chin, a little bit of something up there, just some little eye lines, whatnot kind of thing. Give him some legs, just like that. Give him some arms as well. And let's do the same sort of thing I did with the fish with this character as well. So let's go ahead and start off with red. Let's just go all the way around and then just cover all the same details with the red as well. Not trying to be too neat. I want to make sure the red actually does get visible. I don't want it combining too much with the black by any means. So I'm not trying to be neat by any means. It's just trying to get the color on there and trying to make it apparent that there are multiple different colors. Let's go ahead and do green now. I don't think I did red on this one. Nor on this one. And there we go, just like that. As a whole, I'm pretty satisfied with this drawing as well, to say the least, although could definitely go for like a little bit more kind of color, like right there or something like that kind of thing, like all the colors kind of combined together a little bit too well. But there we go. I think that's really all good. And there we go, just like that. And I think I'm going to do one more drawing. What do I want to draw next? What do I want to draw next? So I just drew a leg man. Am I thinking I want to draw a little bit of an anime character? Yeah, maybe. It's not really an actual anime character, but let's give it a go. Let's go over like that. Do some hair for this character. Alrighty, and now let's go ahead and do red as well. We can definitely hear it clicking every time I lift up the pen, which is a little bit annoying in all honesty, but that is what it is. Alrighty, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a different way for the red to do the cross hatching for the hair. And now we're going to move on to green. And there we go. And let's go ahead and finish it off with blue. Anything I'm missing? I don't think so. I think that is the drawing all done. Well, as a whole, I'd have to say I'm pretty happy with all of the drawings I've done today. I think they all look a little bit more unique than not, and I'm definitely a bigger fan of them than not. And I really like the whole multicolor look. I can say for sure I am very glad I bought this pen right here. I am satisfied with it for $3 at least. It's not a great pen. Besides the fact that it's multicolored, it's not very comfortable to hold. It doesn't feel good in hand. It rattles while you're actually using it, which is like a huge negative. And it's just not a great pen as a whole, in all honesty. I'm sure there are many better, multicolored options out there. And honestly, after I'm done with this pen right here, I'm actually going to have to take a look at those better options because I actually really like this. I actually really like this multicolored look. And I certainly would not mind doing more drawings like this in the future. I really like how this looks, frankly put. I'm a fan, and I definitely do want to do more drawings like this in the future, and so as such, after I'm done with this pen, I might have to look at nicer options. I'm glad I bought this pen to revisit multicolored pen options and whatnot, and to revisit whether I liked multicolored pens or not. But if you're looking at getting a multicolored pen, only buy this one if you only want to spend $3, in all honesty. I'm sure for like $10, there's much better options. I just bought this one because it's what I saw at Walmart, and it's what was $3, but yeah, it's an okay pen. It rattles while you're using it. It's not comfortable in hand. There's better options out there, I'm sure. But for $3, I don't see how you can beat this pen, in all honesty. Well, I think that's all I had to say. Overall, what is the rating I'm thinking for this pen? I'm thinking a solid 2 out of 4, frankly put. Solid 2 out of 4 for the Bic 4-color original pen. And I say a 2 out of 4 because, if you really want to spend only $3, this is a good option because it's like the only option. But if you have even just a little bit more money spent, just get something nicer. But it's, for $3, not a terrible pen by any means. Hence why it's getting a 2 out of 4. Hence why it's getting a 2 out of 4. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this pen if you guys have used one before. And let me know in the comments down below whether you guys like multi-pens or not. Do you guys like them? Do you guys not? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, also make sure to, like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. Box, and my main channel. My main channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, y'all. As said, like, subscribe, and till the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?